So homosexuality is not about sex, it's about self-identity. Homosexuality is based in the masculine inferiority, and it's a striving to connect with a masculinity lacking within himself. All right, so let's go through the whole developmental process, okay, just for a few minutes. Okay, so we're talking about the gender identity phase. The gender identity phase is from 1.5 to 3 years old. That's the time when the child, especially the boy, begins to notice that the world is divided between male and female. Until then, many studies, child studies, show that the child at the earlier age doesn't make that distinction. But now he begins to realize that the world is divided between male and female, and which one is he going to be? As Richard Green from UCLA said, or actually Robert Stoller, who was an early student of this, said masculinity is an achievement. And we have to understand that masculinity is an achievement. It doesn't come naturally. He's wired to be masculine, but he needs the support of the mother and the father and the culture to make that transition from identification with the mother to bonding with the father. And to do that, you need a mother who's willing to let the boy go and move beyond her sphere, and a father who is welcoming and supporting. And I use the word seductive, but in the sense of being interesting. Who is this guy? What is he about? I'm kind of like him. I want to connect with him. And so he leaves the mother and reaches out to the father. Now that's a challenge to all children, and the child goes through what they call an androgynous phase. The androgynous phase, androgyny means both male and female. The androgynous fantasy is that I can be male and female. I don't want to have to make a choice. I am special. That's the infantile narcissism. I am special, I can be both. And when you look at gay writings, you still see that. It's part of the gay agenda. It's not just civil rights. It's about transforming the distinction between male and female and blurring it and making it an option, making it up to the individual to determine if he wants to be male or female. He's wired for that masculine ambition, so he disidentifies with the mother and bonds with the father. Now, for our clients, the boy reaches out to the father and he experiences the father as not interested in him. Either the father is cruel, mean, or in most cases, just not emotionally present to the boy. So the boy reaches out, sees that the father is disinterested in him, and he has a collapse. He has a shutdown, deflation. We call that shame. He's been narcissistically wounded. And he essentially gives up his masculine strivings. He gives up. I can't connect with this guy. He is making me feel unworthy. I can't win him over. And this is the internalization. This is really the problem. The child is not saying there's something wrong with him. The child is saying there must be something wrong with me. And that's the key of a homosexual problem. The therapy is all about there's really nothing wrong with you. You are masculine. Let's get you to feel and actualize your masculinity so that you don't need to eroticize other men. You got it. Yeah, so that's the foundation of it. Father salience. This is very important to understand. In order for the boy to disidentify with the mother and bond with the father has to be perceived as salient. What does salient means? It means two things: strong and benevolent. The father has to be seen good, and he has to be strong. If the father is seen as strong but malevolent, scary, he doesn't make the bonding. If the father is perceived as good but weak, that's not good either. He has to have the father strong and good. And he has to see his therapist as strong and good. And the healing of homosexuality, for the therapist to connect your client with men who are salient, who accept him for who he is,